What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck. Okay, we're doing a second video for the evening. I might get one more in, but so far I know I've done two. And the first one was pretty lengthy. It was that squabble between Cleo, Barney the dinosaur, and Super Stupid, and it was just infuriating. It really was. But it's some informative information at the end that you're gonna definitely want to check out. I can understand if it's hard to watch that squabble, because I will not even dignify that to be an interview. That's how bad it was. But here we have, this is the report. This is an article that was done from Illinois Leaks. That basically was going over that frivolous, dumb lawsuit where Super Stupid asked a court to issue a writ of mandamus against the Thornton Township trustees. So we all know the Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle had missed, I think, 2 or 3 meetings or something to that extent. And I like this article because it actually gives a breakdown on the mandamus, the complaint itself. And it also gives kind of a breakdown on why they are pretty much predicting that it would be dismissed. I've already said it would be. Just like I said the same thing about that frivolous ass lawsuit against Napoleon Harris. Or, come to find out today, she was held in indirect criminal contempt of court for failing to sign a license. I mean, she just does stupid things and then doesn't think that she's supposed to have any, level of responsibility held against her. But either way, so you guys can go on their website, Illinois Leaks, Edgar County Watchdog Inc. They are, looks like, I think, an independent type, journalist website, but I'm going to give them credit because they do a fantastic work, and this breakdown is really good. But just kind of going over some of the things that they mentioned to validate why they believe that this is going to be another failure and another L she takes. Here's what I wanted to highlight. So you guys see the link up there, EdgarCountyWatchdogs.com, and then you can pull up this information. But if you see here where it says the Illinois Township Code does, in paragraph 60 of the ILCS 1/80-10 subsection C, provide for a mechanism to remove trustees for failing to attend 5 consecutive regular meetings of the Township Board. However, the action of the removal is a board action. This is not a mandatory action of the board. It is a discretionary action. It cannot be mandated by the courts, which means that a majority of the board could, if they wanted to, remove a member for missing 5 consecutive regular meetings, but it would also require at least 3 affirmative votes. Henyard cannot obtain these 3 votes for removal of a trustee for failing to attend 5 consecutive regular meetings. This is just to highlight the reason why I continue to emphasize these 3 separate but co-equal branches of power. Okay? The supervisor position does not give Super Stupid veto power. So, even when it comes down to a removal, that must be done by the board with a majority vote. At least 3 affirmative votes. And that is based on 60 ILCS 1/80-10 subsection C. That's a state statute. ILCS codes are state statutes. The Illinois statutory codes. That's state law. And she doesn't override that. Laws are passed by our legislative branch of government, regardless of whether it's federal, state level, or local level. She does not get to override that. And what you see is just this repeat pattern of behavior of her not giving a damn about laws. If she wanted to understand it, she could read. But she doesn't want to do that either. So I wanted to highlight that because we're going to go into some of the information that I came across regarding her eligibility as a write-in candidate, as well as the election board hearing that they had today, where it's just like a never-ending dumb battle. This is a vile waste of tax dollars to keep having those election hearings only for these two useless idiots to still not know what they're doing. It is just ridiculous. And this is what they're wasting their time with. That's not organized. There's nothing effective about that. These clowns won't even read statute codes. And then they try to say something is part of the statute code and get utterly obliterated because it's not. Or they're misinterpreting it because they're not attorneys. So here's the information that was sent to me from one of a fantastic LLC supporter, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And you guys, this is my email for Lady Luck Club, LadyLuckClubLLC at yahoo.com. So I asked her, if she's able to get any information regarding the supervisory position in Thornton Township regarding veto power. And this is coming from Thornton Township municipal codes. So basically, to sum it up, no, Thornton Township supervisor in Illinois does not have veto power. And then the explanation being that the township supervisor is the presiding officer of the Township Board of Trustees. The Township Board of Trustees and the Township Supervisor do not have authority over the Highway Commissioner or the employees of the Road District. The Road District is a separate government in many ways. So there are a couple ways of seeing that. Basically, it comes down to, like I said, having this separate but co-equal branch of power. She doesn't override them. They get to have a veto over her. But if she was able to veto them, then they wouldn't be relevant. I mean, what would be the purpose of having a board of trustees if you have a supervisor that can just override and veto them all the time? That's not how that works. And the only way the trustees could do that is if they have a majority vote. I would assume at least 3. That would be applicable just like it would be, for having someone removed because they're not coming to a meeting. Let's not forget, Super Stupid had to get a writ of mandamus issued against her. So it's not as if she doesn't understand that concept of what a writ of mandamus is. She's just very petty and retaliatory and thinks that, well, you file one on me, I'm going to file one on you. Yeah, keep fucking around and find out when you go to court. It's so stupid. And then this information that was sent to me from Cheryl, just to give you credit. Thank you so much. And this is the responsibilities of township supervisor. So the supervisor must be bonded in the amount of money that will come into the supervisor's hands if a surety company acts as surety, and double the amount of money that will come into the supervisor's hands if individuals act as sureties. The bond as treasurer for the township is approved by the township clerk and filed in the office of the township clerk. The bond as treasurer for the road district is approved by the highway commissioner and filed in the office of the county clerk. Annual supervisor reports within 30 days before the annual township meeting. The supervisor must prepare and file with the township clerk a full statement of the financial affairs of the township. This is just part of the duties that is written with that position that Super Stupid could not execute. Because the financials in and of itself, that's not just a mandate on a local municipal level. That is a federal law mandate. So for her to feel like, and not just in Thornton Township, in Dalton, for her to feel like she doesn't have to present financials for 3 fiscal years, it's absurd. You can't choose when you want to be the figurehead. You can't pick and choose when you want to be in charge and have control, and then when you want to sit and cower away because you're being looked at as the person that is responsible for ensuring that FOIA requests are processed or that financial documents are actually released to the public under federal law. You don't get to pick and choose that. You're either going to be the mayor or you're not. Get the hell on if you don't want to do it. So the most important part here is at the bottom. Without insurance, she can't be bonded. That makes her ineligible for the position of the supervisor. Also, if she loses the caucus, she can't be a write-in candidate. That is based on state statute codes. I cover that in a separate video on my channel. You guys can check it out. But I pulled up the statute code and looked up the information. And it was clear as day. If she loses the caucus, she is not eligible to be a write-in candidate. And I would assume that the case would have to be made on whether she lost or was disqualified. To me, if you chose not to follow caucus rules and do what you needed to do to be deemed eligible to be nominated within a timely manner, then that should be considered a loss, not a disqualification or a technical issue, because she simply just failed to do what she needed to do to get nominated. And then for them to just absurdly accuse Napoleon Harris of not, promulgating the actual rules, it's just ridiculous. Google it, girl. Google. So I wanted to just kind of make sure, give credit to Cheryl and to just kind of get this information out here. So when you see me saying she's not eligible to be a write-in candidate, you know why. Because state law has parameters and guidelines that determine that. You can write a name on the ballot, it might be invalid. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She is not exempt from being held accountable against the same municipal code, state law, and even federal law that governs our society. She does not get a pass with that. All right. Speaking of pass, woo, Lord, we thank you. So on January 23rd, super stupid lawsuit over Thornton Township candidacy was rejected by the judge. So, the Thornton Township super stupid will not appear on the April ballot after her lawsuit over the results of a Democratic caucus was rejected. Cook County judge affirmed the results of the caucus in a ruling issued this week, giving a victory to State Senator Napoleon Harris. I told you all this would happen because that lawsuit was frivolous in nature even at its inception. It was not even written upon the law itself. And what she was supposed to do was file an objection with Thornton Township. Why the hell she didn't do that with this damn attorney she got in Max Solomon, I don't know. And they trip me out when they want to play like they're the smartest people in the room, and they're not. This is the same attorney that got severely reprimanded in a separate hearing for a separate issue, dealing with Dalton Park District over a meeting. He got reprimanded, said the judge just roasted his ass. And that judge can still issue a sanction against him. So far, from my understanding from that hearing, he's just going to do a severe reprimanding, but that's just as bad. I mean, it goes on your record. It's a blemish. And judges talk. When you live in a small area like Thornton or Dalton, you become, I would assume you become familiar with people rather quickly because it's not that large of a city. Imagine how it is in a courthouse. Cook County Courthouse. You get attorneys that, especially if the type of cases call for them to be in Cook County Courthouse all the time, they get a rapport with these judges. Some good, some bad. But you end up developing a reputation for yourself. And judges talk. And the last thing he should want is having a severe reprimand on his record. But obviously he doesn't give two shits either, so whatever. But yeah, we were so happy when this happened. If she is somehow between now and then deemed eligible to be a write-in candidate, she doesn't have the votes, y'all. She has some people out there that are still stupid enough to believe her dumb shit. But at the end of the day, she doesn't have enough votes. She's not gonna be able. They will have to cheat. Like I keep telling y'all, I feel it in my bones. She gonna try to cheat. But that's exactly what they would have to do if they truly wanted to try to gain some leverage in this. She would just have to cheat, stuff the ballot box or something. So I hope y'all have all the security and protection and all the things that you need to ensure that this goes smoothly. I'm going to need y'all to be on top of this because we cannot see y'all lose. Hell no, we can't do it. Look, I don't even know if I want to. Go, child. It's just too much. She gets on radio stations and lies like hell. It's just too hard to digest in my brain. But I told you I'm gonna keep reporting on it until she's gone. But man, the stuff you gotta endure just sitting and listening to her speak, it's just cringeworthy. My God. And here's the video on it because, you know, we do enjoy the reporting.
And now to a major development in the saga of embattled Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. A judge has dismissed her lawsuit, claiming that a caucus that threw her off the ballot was illegal. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has been following this case very closely for a very long time. She joins us now with details. Regina.
Marion, it is official. Tiffany Henyard is off the ballot for Thornton Township Supervisor, a role she was appointed to in 2022. So I want to take you back to the scene December 3rd. That is when Tiffany Henyard was thrown off the ballot. It was a packed and raucous meeting with an overflow crowd waiting outside. At that time, Henyard called it unfair and illegal. She said none of her supporters were let in to cast a vote. Now, we spoke to elections expert attorney Bert Odelson, who tells us the caucus was legal, and also a Thornton Township resident who says it might have been legal, but it might not have been ethical.
I think that they used some plays out of Tiffany Henyard's own playbook. They booked a venue that was too small to hold everyone who wanted to attend. They seated...
Here's my thing. They didn't owe anyone that obligation to have a venue where they can just let any and everybody in. They have the right to have a private function prior to such. And that was one of the things that the judge said in the hearing that I reacted to last week. They have the right to have a social event. That's not illegal. When you're talking about a matter of ethics, talking about whether it still would be fundamentally right or wrong, according to a set standard of behavior. How was it unethical as well? How was it unethical? They didn't owe her any of that. They were not obligated to invite her to a party for the caucus. And she failed to look up the rules on ensuring that she did everything she needed to do to be eligible to be nominated. So the pre-party, all that shit is irrelevant. And any judge will tell you, I don't care. They have the right to have a party. I don't care about any of that. If she wants to sit here and talk about something illegal, her dumb, incompetent attorney needs to actually make the case. And they couldn't do it either way. They wouldn't have been able to do it. So that's not a matter of just, ethics here. You're talking about a matter of law. That's not debatable. The law is the law. And they don't care about how you feel about it. But, good grief.
Their own supporters early.
Were there, conducted the caucus, was done legally.
Right.
Even a proper refiled objection wouldn't have stood. So
not at all.
She's done.
Yep.
Tiffany Henyard's only option now is to be a write-in candidate in Thornton Township's April 1st election. Now, today's court ruling in no way impacts her role as Dalton mayor.
So that was basically that reporting on her losing that lawsuit, that frivolous ass lawsuit with against Napoleon Harris for the caucus. I mean, I know I've been saying it religiously. It was very legal. And that lawsuit is frivolous. Said it in many, many lives and in videos and comments and everything else. It was very legal and a part of our electoral process that we are afforded. And if Napoleon Harris wanted to do a caucus, he could do a caucus. He did not have to do a primary, and the law allows it. And that's something she doesn't get to control and dictate. So, I mean, this is going to be a repeat pattern for her. She's going to continue to take these L's. And here's the reporting on this indirect criminal contempt regarding a liquor license case. All she had to do was sign a damn license. And she couldn't do that because she thinks people cares about her temper tantrum. We just don't give a damn. So a judge found her in indirect criminal contempt. Personally, if I see that someone is defying the judge in his face, in person, that should have been more of a direct criminal contempt. But I think they're, stating that it was an indirect because it was based on her not signing that license by a deadline. And because that was not done in the presence of the judge, then it would be indirect. But criminal contempt is criminal contempt. I'll take it. Lock her ass up for 30 days. Please come collect her, judge. Please.
The mayor of Dalton was back in a courtroom today. A business owner took legal action after she says the mayor refused to sign paperwork she needed to open her business. Regina Waldrop was in the court for today's hearing.
This is the third time this year that this case has been before a Cook County judge. Today, the owners of the business are able to walk away with 2 of the 3 liquor licenses they applied for, while Mayor Henyard is facing a serious charge from the judge. Frustration and relief for a small business owner.
It's about time.
Tiffany Kamara left a Cook County courtroom with the liquor licenses she needs to open St. Patrick's, a family-owned restaurant and banquet hall on Lincoln Avenue in Dalton.
This should have been over, like he said, in November.
Kamara took legal action after she says she wasn't able to obtain licenses from Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who also serves as liquor commissioner. On Wednesday, Cook County Judge Cecilia Horan gave Henyard until 5 p.m. Thursday night to sign the licenses, but that deadline not met.
Shit.
In court Friday, Henyard signed them.
What is the deal with this William Moore guy? I would assume that's him in the front, right? What is he doing this for? Attention? Why are you simping this hard, bro? I'm just curious to know, why are you simping this hard for somebody that look like she half your age? Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you here? Are you an attorney? Why is he there? Is he an attorney? Maybe he's an attorney and I missed it. Because I haven't heard he's an attorney. Maybe he's an attorney though. Seriously. I mean, who would want to just go to court over with somebody? And they're not a party to the case or a witness. Why are you there?
Signed them after the judge threatened her with contempt. After the licenses were signed, the judge found Henyard in indirect criminal contempt, but she wasn't taken into custody.
There are different kinds of contempt.
Not yet.
What that means is that in the presence of the court, the mayor was disrespectful to the authority of the court because she was asked by the judge, will you sign the licenses, yes or no? And instead of answering the judge's question, she was, she didn't talk in circles. So because of that, the judge held her in indirect criminal contempt.
Max Solomon is Henyard's attorney.
It's very important for the people to understand that the documents that were signed today had another entity on there.
And so that was the holdup on you?
That was the holdup. That was the only thing.
Kamara says she's lost time and money. She says she wants Henyard to pay.
We want her to be
fined.
And attorney fees. My client's attorney's fees, and we want damages.
We are wasting money every day. This building, nice building that people could have used, and jobs.
As for that criminal contempt charge, the judge is giving Mayor Henyard time to respond. This matter heads back to court next week.
Ooh, child, please. Let me tell you something. I would love for that judge to hold her in contempt and say, well, you're going to have to do at least 30 days because you don't know how to act. I don't know what the maximum time frame is. I want to say for this, well, that's criminal contempt because she violated the court order. So, what is that? A year max? 180 days, maybe a year max? I thought it was like 93 or something like that. I could be wrong. But at the very minimum, 30 days. She need to go. Even if she has, those 30 days have to just be done on weekends only. No. Because she wouldn't show up. See, this is how you know you're dealing with a coward. You go to court and you disrespect the judge. And then you still walk away having signed 2 of the 3 licenses. What are you sitting here pumping all that air in your chest for? Girl, please. Bye, Felicia. You don't get to do that and then just violate a judge's order intentionally like that. And if it was something wrong with the order, you have an attorney. What the hell is he doing? If the only issue was the name of the on the license or whatever, or the business name on the license, then why didn't you tell that to the client last year? This has been pending since November of 2024. Since last year, November. Why didn't you make that known? Oh, because it had nothing to do with it, you say. Great. Okay. They can't stop lying to save their damn lives. They know damn well there's nothing wrong with that. They would have said that last year if that be the case. Because normally if you're trying to do the right thing, you're just going to say, well, Judge, they didn't have the right name on it, so we just didn't know if we should sign it or not. And we've been trying to communicate with the court, so we haven't gotten an answer. I can understand that. But I can't understand somebody that went to law school, has been practicing law for over 10 years, and on something so simple and mundane, refused to tell the petitioner, like, listen, we didn't sign it, my client didn't sign it because the name on it is incorrect. That's all that you had. Well, why would you wait 3 or 4 months? That's how you know he's full of shit. Oh my God.
Gina Waldrop, NBC5.
Oh, okay. I was the end of it. Ooh. So, they're going to go back next week to determine whether she will be held in indirect criminal contempt. And then after that hearing, there's a chance that she can actually be taken into custody. Please go out, let that happen. And let her be there for like 30 days straight. Don't give her any breaks because she might not come back. No. Leave it there for 30 days. Okay. So you all know that Stephanie Wiedemann was running for the vacant position for trustee in Thornton Township. Well, we have the Lansing Journal that was there at the special election to vote for the trustee for the vacant trustee position for Thornton Township. And we just had to check it out. I mean, I got to give Stephanie her props. This is, I could not have been more happier. And it's high time that, that's just one step closer to kicking super stupid out that position, getting her to unass that seat. So having Stephanie win this was epic. I wanted to just post just a portion of it where I guess they're starting with nomination for moderator. They had 2 votes that evening, was the moderator position, and then they had the vote for the trustee position. And you guys came out in numbers. Continue to do that. Make sure you guys go to the polls and vote. Make sure in Dalton, you guys overwhelmingly vote. Get her out of that. Don't even let it be close. Get her out of that position. I want Illinois State Police to have to tell her, we're going to drag you out of here if you don't walk out on your own. She thinks she's going to still keep these positions, honey, and she keep being proved wrong. So, whatever. But let's check this out. I have it sped up, too, because it kind of goes a little slow.
I proudly nominate Prince Reed of South Holland, Illinois.
I've never heard of Prince Reed.
Give up to me.
My name is Sherry Britton. I am a Dalton resident, 149 North Avenue, and I second Ann Lee's motion. Do we have any more nominations for moderator?
I've never heard of Prince Reed.
My name is Linda Terrell, and I nominate Tanika Hughes for moderator.
I don't know who she is either.
I'm 14410 Sanderson in Dalton. I lived in Dalton for 32 years. 2014, you said? Yes, it will be Dalton, 32 years. I nominate for moderator. Gotcha. Is there a second on that nomination? And if so, please step to the microphone. My name is Miranda Liston. I'm a resident of Harvey, and I second that motion. I'm sorry, start back up and see your address.
So yeah, address, y'all going up there.
306 Broken Avenue. Harvey, Illinois 60426. Thank you. There's a question as to whether a moderator can also be a candidate. It's stated in the rules that a moderator cannot be a candidate. A moderator is going to be somebody who's going to declare.
Right, the moderator picks the person.
Who's the winner. So the moderator cannot be a candidate because you can't declare yourself a winner.
Exactly. Because, I mean, that would be a dictatorship.
To fill this vacancy. If you're a candidate for an election, at the February or April election, as it relates to the township, that does not prevent you from being a moderator. However, if you are wanting to be considered for this vacancy, you cannot be moderator.
I'm glad she said that.
Why do you... Can we please have a show of paddles for Prince Reed, for moderator?
Ooh, Lord, a show of hand vote with a paddle.
Keep it up. Keep it up as high as you can, please. Nice and high so we can see it.
So they covered like two of the options in one. It's a show of hands with the paper vote. Right? There are 4 types. And I went over this in my previous video after I did the reaction to Super Stupid losing the caucus vote. Nomination, I'm sorry. And there, by law, by state law, of 4 types of voting. You can have a voice vote, a standing vote, a show of hands, or a written ballot, or some sort of paper vote. So they're pretty much knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone with this. As far as the moderator, I don't know if they did a voice vote for the moderator, but I do know they did a voice vote for Thornton, for that Thornton Township, the trustee position that Stephanie won. So, but yeah, there are about 4 good ways you can vote, and this is like 2 of them in one. Keep your hands up now.
Keep it up so you can count it, please.
Would it have been easier for them to stand up and then they just count the people that are still sitting down? It's more people in there voting for that Prince guy than it is those who aren't. So next time do a standing vote and just count the people still sitting.
I'm sorry. Nominations for Tanika Hughes, please raise your paddle.
See, that's much easier to count.
Okay, so Mr. Lee, you will now be the moderator's oath.
So much for the people putting Super Stupid back in her position, huh?
I state your name.
I, Prince Reed.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of moderator at the township meeting to the best of my ability. I further acknowledge and agree that by being the moderator, I will not be and not eligible to be a candidate for the office being appointed at the January 21st, 2025 special town meeting.
Signing your oath. Okay. Thank you, Lansing Journal, for putting the steps of what's being done.
Somebody lost keys that has a Mickey Mouse keyring and a phone. It'll be up here.
Oh my good Lord. Okay, I'm sure one of you are going to tell me who Prince Reed is and what he does, because I have no idea who he is. So just leave a little description. Whoever is the more thorough, detailed one, I'll pin your comment. I never heard of him. All this reporting I've been doing, I've never heard of Prince Reed.
Takes over. We will now have reading of the conduct, the rules of the meeting by Township Attorney Tiffany Henyard.
Website last week, and I believe a couple of local newspapers, including the Lansing Journal, did in fact post them on their page. So I'm going to quickly read through these. Rule number 1: the meeting shall commence at 6:01 p.m. The doors will open at 5 p.m. Check-in eligible.
Okay, I'm going to skip this because it's just the rules.
I move that the rules for the meeting be accepted as read.
Is there a second? My name is Daley, 15249 South County Avenue, Dalton, and I also I second that the rules be adopted.
Yeah, adopting the rules is more so a formality.
Accepting the rules of conduct for the meeting, respond with aye. Aye. Any opposers? Ayes have it.
Part of the rules is determining how you're going to do the voting for the trustee position too. So they, as a part of the rules, you have, like I said previously, those 4 options. Those 4 options have to be decided upon during the actual meeting process itself, based on a majority vote. So if you decide you want to do a voice vote or a standing vote, you can do it on the date of the actual election and appointment of that person for that position. So that's part of the rules that they adopted. It's a lot of other stuff in that, but legal stuff is sometimes boring. So
Right, this time we will open the floor for nomination of the office of trustee, formerly occupied by Jerry Jones. All nominations require a motion and a second. And when you come to the mic again, remember your name and address is required.
Dr. Barker, 16245 State Street, Great Village, South Harlem. On behalf of Friends of Burley and the previous administration, without further ado, we nominate Stephanie Wheeler for Thornton Township Trustee to fill in the vacancy of Jerry Jones.
Is there a second?
Valerie Stubbs, 14801, Martin Luther King, Dalton, Illinois. I second the motion for Stephanie Wheeler to be nominated for trustee for Thornton Township.
Oh yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ernesto Nakins, a resident of Dalton for 44 years. I'd like to nominate myself as trustee for Thornton Township.
Your address, sir, please.
14251.
Nominate himself.
Dalton,
Super
Illinois.
stupid. How much you pay him to get up there and do that clown and stuff?
Is there a second?
He look like Black Panther done got trapped in 2025.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Woods, resident 1646 Downs Drive, Calumet City, Illinois. A resident for 15 years. I'm standing here to nominate Charles Rayburn for trustee.
Who?
Do we have a second for that nomination?
My name is Pamela Rayburn. I'm at 721 East 152nd Street, Dalton, Illinois. Been a resident for 40
They got the same last name. That's his wife?
Are you seconding the nomination of Mr. Charles Rayburn?
Charles Rayburn, yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Christiane Washington. I'm a resident of Calumet City. I am nominated for trustee.
May I have you for office? For the record.
My address is 81 Oakwood Street, Calumet City, 604 County. My name is Loranda Lister. Address is 15306 Roby Avenue, Harvey, Illinois, 60426. I second the nomination for a trustee for Carol Cruz.
Oh, bless their heart. Bless their heart, Lord.
This is my clarification. Was that Cheryl or Carol? C-A-R-O.
any other nominations? Nominations are closed.
About two or three people I've never heard of.
For the record, we have 3 nominations: Stephanie Henyard, Charles Rayburn, and Carol Cook. Ernesto Means did not receive a second, so he's not eligible.
Yeah, he's just there to be a nuisance. Now go home, Black Panther. Go home.
In bleachers, and just to make this really, really clear, who votes are being cast for, we will open this for a voice vote and panel. So we need to hear your voice and see your panel when we're voting.
Child, scream loud and scream proud.
This vote is for Stephanie Henyard.
Epic! Oh man! I love it. Oh man.
Some of y'all a little less vertically challenged and people are short, people are tall, I can't see it.
Best and worst food.
People are tall, I can't see it.
We want to do it this way so that there's no challenges. We'll have the count recorded for the record. All of it.
Stephanie voting for herself. I hear you, girl. I would have been crying in tears seeing all that support. Oh my God. Said that. Say, you got my paddle.
Now we have a voice open for Charles Rayburn.
Look at Charles. Charles in charge. We ain't got that. We just don't have the energy for you, bro. We ain't got the energy for you, Charles in charge.
Next, you put your paddles down.
We ain't got energy.
The next goes to Carol Cook.
Who is she again? Carol Cook. Hey. Was that the one I called a deaconess in my other video? Oh no, that's in Dalton. Come on. Super stupid don't have a shot in hell.
And at this time, the moderator will determine the winner. And I'm the moderator.
Yep.
And the winner is Stephanie Henyard.
Oh man, I would have been crying. Great job, guys. Good job. Well done.
She's not official until she takes the oath.
Okay. Lights out, so she has something next. I, Stephanie Stephanie Henyard, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, that I am a legal voter, and resident of Thornton Township, and have been for at least 1 year, that I have not been convicted in a court located in the United States of any infamous crime, bribery, perjury, or other felony, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Township Trustee, Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois, to the best of my abilities.
Well done. Well done. All right, so that's pretty much all I'm going to capture with that, because that's the bulk of it. Well done. So, don't know who Charles Raven is. I'm assuming the Carol Cook lady may have been Super Stupid's little her pick, but I don't know how she didn't see this coming. She was vehemently rejected for the caucus. You didn't think people come back out to, vote for the trustee they want in that position? I mean, honestly, are you kidding? And Stephanie Wiedemann, she was a trustee when Super Stupid came in, but then she fired her, and now she got reelected, and Super Stupid going out the door. Child, that karma is something else. Karma is something else. I love it. This was well done. I'm so happy for you guys. Always remember to hold, your trustees, the board, the supervisor, the mayors, hold them all accountable. Don't let up on them, because you don't want to end up repeating history with Super Stupid. And she's getting desperate. She's going to do whatever she needs to do to try to stay in power. And I say that because of her. This woman is checked up out of here mentally and emotionally. She's gone. She's lost her mind. And she has no good intentions on anything. And to keep people like her from seeping back through, you got to keep holding your elected officials, accountable. And maintain that transparency you expect. It's easy to vote them in. Hard to keep them there. Because they got to deliver. But that should be the expectation. Don't get complacent. So, congratulations to Stephanie. Well done. I think they already know who you are and your work ethics and your resume and all the things you've done there. All the changes you made, and that you care about your community. So, well done. Well done. I'm going to end the video here. It's at 48 minutes. I want to get to that election hearing that they had today. That's going to be a separate video, because that video is long as hell. So, it's like 3 hours. So, I'm going to do that separately. But you guys, make sure you share the content, the videos, the channel. Hit the like button. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers. I'm reporting on Super Stupid heavily. And I'm enjoying the reporting and being able to talk with some of you all and chat with some of you all in the live streams. I try to support, all those credible YouTubers out there that are doing God's work, basically. So, if it takes me a minute, it's either a video's uploading, or I just got lost track of time being in somebody's live. But I always hit the like button, and I always try to, watch, so that you guys can get your engagement up and all of that as well. So, yeah. I mean, to me, being a blessing is not difficult. It's a simple way of blessing others. So, thank you guys for tuning in. The next video, we'll be checking out the election board hearing. You guys make sure you continue to stay safe. And deuces.